I'm Caden.
I'm William.
I'm Krishna.
And we're EcoHometrics.
We're also Team 2.
Team 2. So at EcoHometrics, we're committed to helping you make your home more energy efficient and environmentally friendly. We understand that each home is unique, and that's why we created the user-friendly platform that allows you to take control of your energy consumption and make smarter choices. So did you know that Oklahoma ranks as 6th highest in the nation in energy usage? And that's about approximately 25.36% above the national average. And that ranges from 500 to 1,200 kilowatt hours. So what can we do about this?
So these are just some simple solutions you could probably do under 30 minutes. So just cleaning your electronic appliances, such as like your dryer, take out the lint trap, so you're not making multiple cycles to dry off your clothes. There's phantom power consumption, so when your electronic devices are just plugged into the wall, you're not using it, it just slowly takes up power. Using a ceiling fan, so that creates a wind chill effect, so you feel colder than what you actually are. Using cold water more often, so you could take like cold showers, so you're not using all your water heater as often. And plant life, so you could just have some trees, so it creates more shade on the houses, or bushes around the house, so that creates like insulation or like a wind barrier, so wind chills doesn't cool down your house during the winter time. Next slide. So even though there are many ways to reduce energy consumption or increase your energy efficiency, our solution was to make a web application.
Our web application, EcoHometrics.com, is an energy calculator that will let you calculate the amount of energy your home is using. It is multidisciplinary. We have taken elements from various disciplines. We have the computer science and computer engineering aspect of it. We have looked into mechanical and civil, and we've also worked and looked at it from the business side as well. It's also scalable. It's a web application, and so it is really easy to build upon this and add elements and add calculations. It's also easy to use. We designed it to be as simple as entering some values and pressing submit. So our web application this is the web page. At the top you can see our name, and then we have the energy calculator. And I've gone ahead and filled in some times to go ahead and just eliminate the need to bore you all with doing that. As you can see, you can type it in, or you can use this convenient little clicker. We currently have 4 categories for this demo, starting with HVAC. Next we have lighting, then we have appliances, and finally water heating. And when we press submit, we get results. The first result we get is the dollar cost for each system. The next result we get is the kilowatt cost, and that's for each system. And then all these results are for 1 year. We have underneath that the total cost. As you can see, for the time parameters that we've given it, there is a large cost that is associated with this, and this is with a lot of appliances being on for a long period of time during the day, so not very environmentally friendly. We also noted how much could you save if you were to decrease your temperature some, and then finally we gave a few energy consumption reduction suggestions. Things such as reducing appliance overuse, upgrading to energy efficient appliances, and improving home insulation.
So our web app will have an initial launch of within 3 to 6 months, just to get everything running correctly and doing extra calculations based on what state you are, what zoning laws we have. All right, so from a business potential, our primary customers would be current or future homeowners And our secondary consumer would be businesses who just want to create a more efficient building. And we assume that this application is greatly desired because all homeowners want to save on money as energy prices rises. And the profit margins we also assume are very high because the housing market is always increasing. And with the potential partnership with like real estate applications such as like Zillow, they can show each house and what kind of energy consumption they're going to be using for new homeowners, so they care about the cost of it.
So when the user enters his data, what happens next? So these are the things that we're gonna send to the user, and we're gonna advise the users. As we know, there are peak hours and non-peak hours. So you'll be charged 3 times more in peak hours if you're gonna use it. So that's what we're gonna tell the user, when to use the things, when not to use the things. And we're gonna raise awareness based on their pattern. So when we have the data about this past data, then from that we can extract patterns and trends and create the awareness on the user. And we can identify appliances that take up most of your energy, and we can also suggest some alternatives that where they can save some energy. We're going to track efficiency to replace the old devices with new ones. So every device needs some maintenance. So we're going to advise them which appliances to be replaced. And help. Like if you go to the Edmund OG&E, it offers 2 plans, like time of use and the other plans. So we're going to, based on their past data, we're going to advise them which plan is better for them. So how machine learning helps. So when the user enters his data, when we have all this data like the demographics and everything, where we have similar houses to be compared, it's kind of recommendation system. Like it's going to take up all the data from similar homes, and it's going to compare like if this home is efficient, why is it efficient? Why can't you use this thing in your home? So it will be more efficient. And then alert users on how weather can affect. So if there is some changes in the weather or something, if there is extreme colder weather, we're going to tell them, like we're going to give suggestions how they can change their settings in the home so that they will be utilized at optimum levels. And we can also suggest some, as I mentioned, we can suggest energy saving equipment, so they can save energy, they can save money, they can save the environment as well. And when to use the appliances, we're going to give them a map, like please use on this date, so you will be ending up with lower costs.
So some future goals for this application include integrating AI technology, both in terms of ChatGPT, just those suggestions, making them personalized based on what the user has entered, and also, like you mentioned, machine learning. That would be to provide more personalized recommendations for the specific needs of the individuals. We'd also like to incorporate some APIs such as Google Maps API to retrieve information about the weather where they live, the size of their home, things like that that can help calculate more precisely the energy their home is using. Things like the size of their home, maybe types of insulation. These are some more mechanical civil things that require more complex calculations that we didn't have time to enter into the demo, but we did research and we wish to include them in a future version of this. We also would like to partner with home searching websites such as Zillow to have this be a tool for the homes on those sites so that potential buyers can take a look and see how energy efficient the house is and how much it would cost them to pay the energy bills in the future, and if they would want to bargain for any upgrades to any of the energy efficiency systems, say if it was an older house. Finally, we would like to create an app that would have the same features as the website, but it would be on a mobile platform, so you can take it on your phone with you on the go.
Thank you for your time. And sorry for...
If you'd like to see our GitHub, we have GitHub if you want to see the source files for the website.
Question?
So just a question, is this meant to be a standalone platform app, or does it could tie into like OG&E? Because on a monthly basis, I get kind of a report how much energy I use and the recommendations from OG&E. So how is this different from that?
It could tie into OG&E. Currently it's standalone, and the idea is to look at more of like, help you figure out a breakdown of what is causing the most cost for your electricity bill or your gas bill, and also to look at potentially home factors like insulation and other things that OG&E is probably not taking into account with their report. But it's also meant for anyone to be able to use, especially even if they're trying to just sort out what might be causing a high bill and they don't have access to great information about it.
What is your, I'm not quite sure I understand the business model. What is, who are the customers and why are they paying for this and what are they getting?
So customers would just be like homeowners if they're just spending too much money on energy, so they know like when to do like laundry during like non-peak hours versus peak hours, so it just costs less for them. I think that's about it.
And like people who are wanting to buy houses, when we in the future have partnership with Zillow's, like, hey, this is how much the systems in this house in place are going to cost you over time. And maybe for people building houses, give them information on how to put more energy efficient systems in the house they're going to build.
And as for how it would make money, we're thinking something along the lines of there being a very simple free version for someone who's just trying to get some basic information, and then a much more expansive paid version that would have a lot more information and data and the option to store data over time so that trends for that house or building can be calculated, things like that.
Curious to know, did you get the chance to dig a little bit deeper on why Oklahoma consumes the highest or one of the highest among the other states? I'm just wondering because we experience extreme weather conditions in the summer and in the winter, and that might be part of the cause. So just a question.
Okay. Based on our research, we found that the highest states all tend to be more southern, so states with high humidity and hot temperatures, because the hotter your temperatures, the more electricity you're needing to run that AC. And while we are trying to take into account electricity and gas costs, I don't know what all of the research is looking at, if it's looking at specifically electricity coming in, or if it's looking at electricity and gas coming in. But Oklahoma tends to have very hot, humid summers, which are definitely counting towards the high energy bill. And also, we have fairly cold winters that can also affect that energy bill.
That was the last question we could take. Thank you, guys. Sorry.